Before we begin today's video, I would just want to say that I think that was probably, I don't know, maybe the worst race I've seen. Maybe. I'm not so sure. But yeah, just to say that, but I just need to say one thing. That race was pure garbage. Team orders. How's it going, guys? This is SpiderCo64 here again with another video, and I got for you guys today, and that is a Formula One race review on the Russian Grand Prix. The race just wrapped up a couple hours ago, and so basically what I did was I just went back to sleep, and well, I'll be very honest, I should have stayed asleep. Because my goodness, my God, was this race. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of hate. But I'm going to explain my reason as to why I did not like this race. And why. So, yeah, anyways. Yeah. So in qualifying, Valtteri Bottas started on pole. He was last year's winner of the Russian Grand Prix, which that was his first win, his first Formula One racing career, driving for Mercedes. And obviously, the championship battle was looking, like I said, the championship battle wasn't looking very interesting, unless Sebastian Vettel does something to make some ground, which, as proven in this race, Sebastian Vettel cannot make up any ground at all. Really, the championship is already decided. Hamilton is pretty much going to win, but we won't talk about that. So anyways, the first lap of the race, there was no safety car, so that was actually pretty interesting. Valtteri Bottas just took the lead, just kind of led for a little bit, and the two Toro Rosso guys, Pietro Gasly and then Brendan Hartley, both of them DNF out of the race. Those were the only two retirements of the race, which, yeah, you wouldn't expect that many retirements from a really, really boring race. You won't. You can't. So anyways, after that happened, yeah, just things went on and on and on and on. There were some battles in between there. I think it was Magnussen and one of the Haas drivers and the Sauber guys. Yeah. And there was also pit stops, and then there were some pit stops which, I'll be honest, it didn't really make things interesting, stuff like that. But yeah. But the one thing I have to give credit to for this race, and that is Max Verstappen. He started 20th on the grid. He started 19th or 20th on the grid, and he made his way through the field. That was pretty good. That was fantastic, man. That was almost like in NASCAR, Jimmy Johnson, how he used to start in way back the field and make his way up to the front. That was just pretty cool. I mean, Max Verstappen has got to be. I feel like he should have more wins this season. More wins than that the man over that guy over Mercedes. But yeah, Mercedes. So yeah. Now there was one moment of the race where I really did feel like, oh yes, we finally have something going on, and that was when Sebastian Vettel, and that was Lewis Hamilton was making a pit stop, and Sebastian Vettel passed, and Sebastian Vettel passed him, for position, and I'll be very honest with you. That was a pretty good battle. And obviously, Lewis Hamilton is complaining as always, because that's just the way he is, stuff like that, and that led to the stewards, trying to decide stuff, but bro, that's racing. That's just racing. You guys are battling for a tight position here. Now, Hamilton, I know you're going to run away with a championship, probably, but have you heard of something called racing? Why don't you hop into maybe an Indy car or in a stock car and see how it feels like? I want to see how you would feel like if you're a race, like on a short track. I would want to imagine that. But anyway, so yeah, and then we get to the moment of the race where, God, I have not told you guys yet, but there is one thing I do hate about F1: team orders. My God, do I hate team orders? I hate team orders more than what's that one NASCAR rule? Than that tire violation rule in NASCAR. Yeah. So basically, if you guys do not know what are team orders are basically, the team in a race, usually an F1 race, gives them orders, to do this and do that. And so, yeah. And now, the reason why I hate team orders so much is because one, racing is different than other types of sports. Okay? Like in a football game, that is a team sport. Okay? All of your teammates, you have a bunch of teammates and you're all trying to win the same, game and stuff like that. But in racing, there are no teammates. There are no teammates in racing. You do not see in NASCAR Chase Elliott giving the win to Jimmy Johnson just because they're teammates, or maybe just because Johnson haven't won a race in a long time, stuff like that. Or there are no team favorites. There are no team favorites. Okay, like at Talladega, Dale Jr. is not going to get the win. Dale Jr. was not going to give the win to Jimmy Johnson because he needs to go for that win, and Johnson needs to figure out how he can pass and stuff like that. There are no teams in NASCAR. Same goes to IndyCar. There are no team orders like at Team Penske. Even if the guys are teammates, it doesn't matter. You go out there and you race. While in F1, you rig things to have the other guy win when really the win belonged to this guy. Who do I feel like should have won today's race? And I'm not being, and probably going to call me a Lewis Hamilton hater. I just honestly don't care anymore. If you come here and watch this channel, you would know that there are some things I just don't like about Lewis Hamilton. But there has been many times in this season where Hamilton has won a race on his own, where he didn't need team orders. So, yeah, I can prove my point. Trying to check something there, but anyways, so yeah, basically what happened was Valtteri Bottas was forced to give Lewis Hamilton a position, and guess what? They're all the same team, Mercedes, and so yeah, who should have won the race if there weren't no team orders? Valtteri Bottas, I really felt like could have won. And to be honest, he's kind of the only driver Mercedes I don't hate, just because he's just kind of he just looks like a cool guy, and stuff like that. And I wish he could be noticed a little bit more than his teammates. So yeah. And so in the end, after all this, after Max Verstappen, and I'll be very honest with you, right when Max Verstappen pitted, with a couple laps to go, when Hamilton took the lead, I just honestly turned off the TV and just went back to sleep. And so in the end, Lewis Hamilton wins the Russian Grand Prix. So, the Russian Grand Prix, no surprise really, increases his points lead and stuff like that. So, yeah. So anyways, so now let's take a look at the finishing results. Valtteri Bottas, your true winner of the race, finished second. And a lot of F1s are pissed, which they should be. And I'm going to talk a little about the track, Shashi, for just a little bit. And then you got Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen, so Ferrari. So Sebastian Vettel finished on the podium again. which I feel like, which I believe that was the position he started the race in. He got to pick up the pace, Sebastian, but yeah. And then you have Kimi Räikkönen, and then Master Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo, who started in the back of the field, and those guys made their way up through the pack. Carlos Leclerc and the Sauber, pretty good day for him. Kevin Magnussen and the Haas. Do it for the Haas. Do it for us Americans. He finished really good. Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez, Force India's 9th and 10th. And also Charles Leclerc was the last car to finish on the lead lap. So basically all the cars finished either 1 lap down or 2 laps down. And then you have Romain Grosjean, Nico Hulkenberg, Marcus Ericsson, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Stoffel Vandoorne, Carlos Sainz, Sergei Sorokin, the hometown hero at Russia. He's the last car to finish the race, and then the 2 DNFs are Pietro Gasly and Brendan Hartley. So yeah, now let's go to how the Constructors and Drivers' Championship look like. Alright, so now let's take a look at your driver standings. So yeah, Lewis Hamilton, he's still increasing his point standings. He has 306 points. And Sebastian Vettel still has 256 points. So yeah, so this is really kind of not looking quite good for Sebastian Vettel. And so he really needs to pick up the pace. So now, Constructors, Mercedes keep boosting up the points. And then, there's Ferrari, Red Bull, Renault. Haas is 5th in the Constructors' Championship, which, that's really cool. So, yeah. So now, let's talk about why this race was not good. So first up, we need to talk about the track. Sochi, it's really, not to be mean to Russia, but it's not really a good track. I mean, it's a newer track and stuff like that. Just recently built. I mean, design-wise, it looks okay. But to me, it really doesn't provide anything that good. Plus, the deal is, it's just a tough racetrack. If you play any F1 games, or if any of the drivers, the track is just so, it's a rough track. And really, that's, I feel like, the reason why that this race is really kind of not that good. I mean, when you look at the track's history, Mercedes has only been the only team that's won there, and stuff like that. And my dogs are going freaking crazy, probably because the rooster just woke up. But anyways, yeah, that's just really the reason why. I mean, my opinion on Sochi is not as, I don't like it as a track. It's not that good, along with Monaco and other tracks maybe, but yeah, and I just got a tweet from NASCAR on Fox. So anyways, yeah, so overall this race was okay. It was okay. Or no. This race was alright. It was alright. Alright. So yeah, so anyways, after that next week we're gonna head off to Suzuka at Japan. So that should be that's a really good racetrack. So I'm expecting something different. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the race, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.